It's gonna be
But yeah,
so easy. We're gonna kill this thing with our eyes closed, and your
don't know
pug
if I want.
shirt in full glory. It's gonna
Well, I
be the
don't know if I
best.
want to be Doc. I don't know if
Well,
healing's
you've
really gonna.
ruined my thing then. I guess you're not gonna have a pug shirt.
Because
But
you're going tank, aren't you?
I'm this man here, the man with the hat on, who has an assault rifle.
Yeah, I might do a damage build to just weak spot shoot and hope that the bots can heal us. I might do that. We'll see. I'll try it with Doc. See how it goes.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Join me in the fire. It's toasty. That's it. Get a good glow going on.
Yeah, a big crisp.
A good crisp.
I will need to go at like 5 for half an hour to check on my computer and
That's all good, man.
the
That probably
bots.
times out okay because I need to get myself some food and like get a drink and stuff. And plus, like Apex won't be up and running till wait, when did we say? 6.
6, I think. So
Yeah. So yeah. Plus, it'll probably be an absolute disaster of a launch because it's like a pretty big patch for Apex. So,
yeah, there's a lot going on.
defeat the abomination. Oh, we get 500 copper if we survive.
Yeah, boy.
That's not useful. Ferocious of 3 different types of thingies as well.
Okay, nothing's out there. Stop complaining.
What burn cards have we got? Are there any? Should I maybe go for fire, acid, and explosion resistance on a burn card, or an extra life, or?
If you go, hang on, let me check which ones I've got. If you go the resistance, I go the extra life.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
We're going in.
Oh, I see. There's loads of stuff on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
upgraded weapons.
Never like flying much.
Take that sidearm as well.
What have you gone for?
I've gone for an AR and a machine pistol. Okay. I might just take a taser or a stun gun even.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
In fact, I'll take 2 because apparently I can. Okay. I am with you. Okay. Okay, bot Jim is going. And he threw a pipe bomb literally immediately.
Okay.
Oh, would these be the tentacles?
They are.
One of them is nearly gone already.
Yeah, they don't have too much health.
Okay, one's down. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Ah, it's a pukey son of a biatch. Okay, that's 2. Moving on. Ah! Oh god.
Oh,
Do you ever get the feeling like you're nearly dead for no reason?
yep.
Do you ever get the feeling like there's a guy with a big hand coming towards you?
Right. Right, that's 3.
Okay, damage is pretty good.
Russia.
Oh, I just had a bad time. That was a lot all at once. Thank you.
Okay, that is all in there. I think we're
Okay.
safe for a little bit.
Yeah, I think it says when prepared to go underground, so if we loot up. Oh, there's evil coming. We should probably... Should we just move?
Okay. Stage 2.
I'm going down.
There are sometimes Zambos in these tunnels.
I'm following Mom down. Oh, yeah, I see what we're doing.
Okay, that.
Its mouth is so cute. I shot Jim so much as well.
I am almost dead.
Yeah, I'm not doing great either. Can we stop the tentacles, or do they...
No, they just
Okay.
kind of like want to find the gap.
Yeah. Oh, hello, big man. Big man. Oh, and little man. If I've got time, I am just going to do a bandage on myself. Ah! Well, that was pointless. What is happening right now? I am getting... I am going to be in such a bad way. He's nearly dead. He's so close. Did we get him? Oh my god, he's got like the tiniest bit of health. Okay, this should be him. There we go.
Just gonna drop an ammo pack.
Wait. Oh, okay, right, now it's moving, cool.
Yeah, now it's the chase.
Oh god, the time has already started. That's terrible.
So they're all along this body.
Okay.
I think I can get one to go around here.
You guys okay? We're coming to help.
Oh, yep, I'm seeing the issue.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're covered.
All I wanted was a
Thanks, man.
Damn it, I can't quite hit it. Trying super hard to get around to that first one that we started damaging. Oh god! Ow, god, you're not kidding about being chucked down, huh?
Yeah. Look, I don't think there's any way you can fall off in this first bit. But,
Can you climb on the monster?
nope.
Well, damn.
It just pushes you off.
That was my silly plan taken away from me. Oh, I'm down. Well, I'm having a real bad time.
It's, yeah, it's difficult, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Jim got me.
Thanks, man.
Jim's a hero.
Where was it?
Oh, he's gone through. I can't damage him anymore. So do we follow him?
Yep. You think you go underneath him and there's a weak spot that's underneath him?
Oh, yep.
Does anyone hear me? It's heading for Hope.
What happened? I died instantaneously.
Yeah,
it was
that
like
happened
to
me as
nothing.
well. I think he like he can crush you, but it's not readily apparent.
Spider. God, the bots are so terrible at defending you during this.
Yeah.
Heads over here.
I'm also getting killed by something else, I think.
Oh, and yeah, he's got me.
Bot Jim, wait. I died too? Wait, what?
I think he
I'll let you
crushed
do it.
us.
Only a momentary.
Wait, what?
We'll get him.
Yeah, he crushed us, I think.
I don't understand.
Yeah, this is the problem I was having.
I just died from like nothing, it felt like. Because he didn't seem like he was on top of me. Like,
No. Yeah. I don't know if there's a like way you're supposed to go or what.
wait, is this
it's-
right back to the beginning? Like the very beginning? You're kidding me. That's awful. Well, you can die that easily and it puts you all the way back to the start.
You gotta do the tentacles and everything again, yep.
That's terrible. I'm gonna give us an extra life again. So this, I mean, to me, this is terrible, like, final level design. I'm
Yep.
really, like, not vibing with this at all.
I felt very much the same. I was like, it's not very clear, it's completely different from what you've been doing for the rest of the game.
Looks like calamari for
It
dinner.
doesn't
Come on.
feel
Come on, stupid
fair.
tentacle.
Doesn't feel like you're being tested for everything. But... Oh, heal Jim.
Oh yeah, heal Jim, why don't you?
Oh shit.
Gonna need rounds in that thing if you're gonna be any use.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
Ammo for you. Ammo here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use my
I've
only
got another
medkit.
medkit if...
No, I'll use it. There we go. Okay, I'm going down.
You're welcome to join.
There's so many freaking infected down here. Last time I had like a chance to shoot the friggin'... The LMG was definitely the right choice. Oh, I've been hocked. Or grabbed, or some, whatever the hell the word is.
Should get him.
And I'm going from this side. I'm like in the corner. There we go.
What's in these boxes?
Oh no, you don't.
Perfect.
Plenty of rounds here.
Hey, frog friend.
He's a bit fogging him.
He is. He's very froggy.
We're coming to help.
Oh, shit.
Show me that beautiful side spot. Yeah, that's right. I didn't miss a single damn shot there.
Cover me. Reloading.
Oh, guess what? I'm not missing any more shots either. I actually just exploded the damn thing. Whew. And then it's what, the one on the back, right?
There's one on the back and there's one underneath. Door cloning exploder. It's
I'm gonna
just
try and let you guys deal with most of that rubbish.
tentacle on the- Oh fuck.
You okay?
Yeah, an exploder just knocked me off my damage.
If it's worth anything to you, I have dealt so much fucking damage to him.
Yeah, we're doing it okay. Find the basic card.
I got the one on the back.
This could be useful.
Right, I think we gotta get the one underneath it. This is where you get the Prussians.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't really understand this. I think we just need to be super friggin' careful where we go.
It's heading for Hope.
Time to call it. Giveaway.
I think, do we have to, like, go down? Like, low? Like, super
No
low?
one is tentacles like Prussian. There's a fucking Prussian in there as well. And an exploder. This is...
Sounds like polio in the way. What's that? Need to reload.
Oh my god, just fuck off.
I mean, I've nearly killed him.
I am a bit fucked here.
So wait, how did we die last time? What got
I
us?
assume he crushed us with his tail. I think.
Because I don't, yeah. So yeah, I guess we have to wait for him to go over. Okay. Oh god, okay. Lots of shit. Oh man, are the bots gonna get you or can I get... No, I've got to get you, haven't I? Think we're good?
Thanks, Walker.
Still got 2 minutes.
Yeah, like I said, I dealt like shit tons of damage to him.
This way, stay on.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing that tail can knock you off. Oh no. The bots have ignored me.
Much appreciated.
Oh, okay. They've unignored me. But how do we even hit it?
Don't know.
Oh, okay. It looks like we have another. Yeah, there's another path that we can get it.
Underneath.
Yeah, we like need to get it now, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I've ran out of ammo in my good gun. I mean, to be fair, come on.
Acid.
It's nearly gone.
Okay.
There we go. We did it. Right. So, ooh, what on earth? Yeah, I don't really know what that entails.
Good lord.
We did it. That was a terrible final boss. I hated it.
Yeah. I didn't.
It was a lot easier with the big machine gun though. The second I lost the big machine gun, I felt like my DPS was severely nerfed. So yeah, my advice, just get a big machine gun if you ever have to do that again. Because they work real well. They work real well. Oh no, Doc's falling in. I wonder if Doc will die. That would be a great end to it. Just one of the characters dies, and if it's your favourite character, then oh well.
How many more of those things do you think are out there?
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Cut that macho BS.
Somebody's got to do something.
And you're that somebody? So what makes you so special?
You do. All of you. Didn't say I wanted to do it alone, did I?
Hell yeah! Fuck you. So
These characters are so nothing. Like, all of them. Like, every single one of them.
sunshine today, aren't we?
Yeah, I did. Like, I feel like that ending was supposed to be like, yeah, like these great characters pull through together, and it's just like.
And it's like, you only play as, like, you know, one of them, and plus if you've got bots, they're like, they just interchange between chapters.
You forget something? Maybe I should go to Bridgetown. At least they pay. Are you gonna stay there bitching? Come get some breakfast.
Always there when they need me, but they ask me what I want. Yeah. Coming! Don't suppose anyone's got any eggs? Oh, and bacon. Oh, I would kill for bacon.
I never thought that she was that kind of character. Like, I really didn't. Like, what the hell?
So, like, I have no idea of what the fuck Bridgetown is.
Yeah,
Like,
true,
didn't know
true.
these guys were getting paid.
Yep,
Like-
also true.
Just...
Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really know how I would like rate this game, to be honest with you. Like, I had fun like playing through it. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, it's not a bad game. And I don't think it really like fits a rating, 'cause it's just like
but the way I would look at it is like, do I intend to keep playing it for ages after? The answer is no, I think. Like, I would be happy to play a little bit more. You know, if we did ever get the DLC, I'm sure I would be up for that. But, like, knowing the game is what it is, would I pay full price for it at launch? Hell no. Like, nowhere near. Like, this doesn't feel like a complete experience to me in, like, any way.
it feels. I don't know if this is unfair, but like it feels like a free-to-play game.
It has vibes of it. I mean,
But not entirely.
yeah, like the supply lines kind of system, like kind of feels like it would fit into a free to play. Or then they would monetize it, I guess, if it was like that.
Got to get the season pass to get your supply points.
Well, I mean, they have essentially sort of done that with that side tree. It's like you can only get the stuff in that side tree if you've got the DLC. So I don't know. I'd probably give it either a... And this isn't me being hard on the game or like being like down about it, because I did have fun. But I think I'd either give it like a 6 or maybe a 7. I think. Like, it was fun.
No,
it was.
agree. Like
it
was.
was
I don't think
fun, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, like, you know, let's just say like, you know, all of a sudden, I don't know, Nick and Emily wanted to play with us. I wouldn't be like, oh boy, have I got the game for you guys? Like, it's back for blood. No. That's like, yeah, just no.
There's a part of me that's like, it feels like I'm missing something.
Yeah.
It feels like there's something there that, like, once you tap into it, it's like, oh shit, yeah, this could be really, really good. And I feel like that is playing on the hardest difficulty with like a full team,
and you've all got builds and stuff. Yeah. Because, like, I was going to say, like, because there's been quite a few points whilst we've been playing that you've been telling me about all the builds that you've been making and stuff. Meanwhile, I've just had, like, the starting deck, and I've had, like, no trouble at all. Like, literally, like...
necessary.
Yeah. And, like, I've got to be honest, like, the few cards that I changed out in my deck, I didn't really notice the effects of that. Like, I didn't really feel like, oh, man, like, that's really made a difference kind of thing.
There are a couple that I've done. Like obviously it did feel like I was a healer, but I think like I don't know. It's hard to say. Like again, I feel like the builds will only really ever come into their own if you're playing on the hardest difficulty with a full team, where it's going to be almost necessary. But I don't like that is the inherent system, that you have to like unlock these cards, because it feels like there's going to be some cards that are like necessary for certain things.
And with that, I don't think the lower difficulties get you in the mind space to actually properly utilize them, because I haven't really looked into half of them even, because like I just didn't need to.
I was literally just like, I remember putting on the thing, the tutorial, and like kind of phasing out for it, and then just being like, wait a minute, what the fuck does that do? What am I supposed to do? And like I couldn't find the tutorial again, so I had to go to look up into it, and that's when I found out the information.
Right.
It wasn't because anything in the game made me think, oh, I need to like want to engage with this system. It was just like, what the fuck are the cards do? Like I kept picking them up in the missions, obviously. And I was like, I don't know what I'm unlocking. I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know how this system functions. So I went and looked it up, and then obviously, like I said, I feel like if you play on the harder difficulties with the full team, it's necessary. So there is quite a big like thing online about having specific builds.
Yeah. See, like, I think the other problem is like the cards are like, I would say the main form of progression in the game,
Yep.
and like, but the problem is like on the first two difficulties, you don't really need to think about them all that much. Like maybe a little bit, but like not like all that much. And for your main form of progression, that I don't know, it doesn't really feel all that
It doesn't
satisfying.
help that they're stat buffs and stuff. So most of them are just like meh. Eh. And like again, I'm sure like when you stack all those buffs and get the right build and like blah blah blah, then that's what's going to make a difference in the higher difficulties. But when you don't have that build and you're playing through the first two difficulties, it's just like, it doesn't make you excited for the system.
No, no.
Like, and it's I don't think it's a very good system.
No, I agree. I think there should be more cards, like, say, the combat knife card. You know, like, because that actually changes, like, it's like, oh, shit, like, I can actually, like, melee now when I don't have a melee weapon.
This is the thing.
Right.
There are those cards in there. I've got one on my melee build that, like, increases, I can't remember what it increases, but it's got a trade-off of I can't aim down sights.
Right.
And it's like, that's cool, because I put it in my melee build, so I'm not going to be aiming down sights.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was a cool little, like, oh, okay, so if I put that in and then I can stack it with this and I'm not necessarily feeling the downside, like, there is play there, obviously, like, but I don't think the system's explained very well. I don't think it's implemented very well either. I feel like if there was a part, like maybe in early development there was a push to make it free to play or something, they're playing around with the idea, and therefore this system was implemented as a way to have like microtransactions in it, like grind for the cards or pay to fast track or whatever.
Maybe. So, I mean, I
It
kind
feels
of...
very much like a system that was made to be kind of implemented in that way.
The way I always read it was there was probably a lot of pressure on the devs for them to make a game that is like Left 4 Dead, but there is also probably a lot of pressure on the devs to be like, hey, we want a game that's like Left 4 Dead, but different. And they were like, fuck, how can we make it different? And they were like, oh, I know, card system. And on paper, it's kind of quite a good idea, but like you need for all the cards to be really interesting, like in order for that to work. And a lot of them aren't.
2 support slots.
Yeah, like I mean,
It's
well, I
probably
mean,
very important in some builds. But
well, I mean,
like,
even that isn't a bad card. I would say like
No, I don't think
that
it
would
is.
be like that would be fine. Like that's one of the cards I was a little bit more excited to get a hold of because that could actually make my gameplay experience better. But when it's like, oh, you get like 10% bullet penetration, it's like, what, like what, why? Like,
yeah. No, I agree. And again, this is the thing. I'm feeling like on the higher difficulties, that's something that you're going to want to stack for certain build. Like if you're going for like a damage build or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're going to
But
have
then-
that. Like,
But then later on, you would come across cards that give you a much higher percentage of the same stat. So it's like that card that you've picked out at the beginning. It's like, oh, that's kind of pointless.
yeah. Well,
Like,
I think the intention is to stack multiples of those. In the deck.
yeah, to make it so you are literally. If,
So you
if
get-
there's a line of zombies, you fire one bullet and they are all dead. Like, yeah. No, I get the idea. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, like you say, I think it's a little bit weirdly implemented.
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't even think like it's poorly implemented.
Yeah.
I just think, but it's not very well implemented. And one thing that really struck me when I was first playing through it, I was like, why is everything a deck? Like, why does it have to be cards?
Yeah, you could literally
It's
just be
weird.
like, it's a perk kind of thing rather than...
Yeah. And the layout and the system UI and stuff were obtrusive to engage with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't realize for the longest time that, like, I didn't have to walk up to all the individual sections in the camp to, like, activate all of the different menus. I was like, wait, you can just, like, open the menu? I can't even remember how to do it now. Yeah, there we
I
go.
didn't even well, I had the opposite. I was like, oh, this person sorts out my supply lines. I realised that in like chapter 4. It's just like, oh, all these people have functions.
Different roles
Oh,
up
okay.
there.
I was
But
literally
actually-
just like spawning in here and pressing the menu button
That is actually quite indicative of the type of people we are, because I do feel like you are more to get into the nitty-gritty of all the like numbers and menus and stuff, and I am more sort of like, oh, I'm going to run over there.
Yeah. Like I literally like I did a once over of saying, yeah, there's nothing here, and then just it was like, oh, okay, let's carry on. It took me fucking ages to figure out there was a firing range with where you could change into.
Oh yeah, just turn left, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So I played it back when the game launched for multiple hours, again with Gaz and stuff. Didn't even realise for the whole time that we were playing that you could walk down to the sign and transform into a ridden.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. I saw the sign. And was like, oh, that's weird. There's no ridden here, but was like carrying on, like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
What was that? And then just carried on. Didn't think to go up to the sign and. It's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think you're right in terms of like I feel bad for the devs. I don't feel like all of the weird things, weird choices in this game, I don't feel were. I feel like it had probably had a very confused development because it feels like a very confused game.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't think this game was like commercially a failure. I'm not sure. Was it? Hang on.
I remember, obviously, like it had a interest because like the Left 4 Dead developers were making a Left 4 Dead style game. Like there was nothing else really like Left 4 Dead. But there was a few games that were kind of like it, but no one ever did Left 4 Dead like Left 4 Dead did, and it just became its own thing, and it was its own like little niche corner. It did model really well, and I think Left 4 Dead had a really good. Only did as well as it did because it had such a presence on Steam. When like Orange Box was the thing.
Okay, so on Back 4 Blood's launch year, Left 4 Dead 2 was still more popular on Steam. Okay, that
You started playing this and then we're like, let's go play Left 4 Dead.
yeah, it's like, oh, this game feels kind of like Left 4 Dead. Let's go play that instead. Like,
Oh man, there's something here, but like, it just doesn't feel right. Let's go.
I didn't realize it was quite as if you like Google it, it's like the first thing that comes up is why does everyone hate Back 4 Blood? I was like, oh damn. I mean, I wouldn't be that harsh on it. I don't think I'd say like I hate it. I just like.
Because I'm trying to think like, what did Left 4 Dead do right? I think the core gameplay was like solid for the time. Like,
Yeah,
had good shoot mechanics. The everything made sense. And I was
Yeah.
thinking about this when I first started playing it, Back 4 Blood. I was like, you see a boomer, you know what a boomer does. You hear it, you know exactly, like it's got its own very distinct sound, it's got its own very distinct aesthetic, and you can immediately tell what it does.
Yes. Yeah.
Same with like the Stalker and the tank. Like obviously like the Witch and the Smoker and stuff were a little bit different.
Yeah,
like-
but again, like even that in and of itself, I mean, like the Witch in Left 4 Dead was horrifying when I was a kid playing that
like
game.
when you
like,
first like you first interact with it, after that first interaction, you know the sound of her crying, you know the sound of her scream, you know exactly what she does,
Yeah.
and you know to avoid her. Like you learn very, very quickly. It is like the design is it's very, very simplistic and a bit like done now, but it's the designs of the enemies in Left 4 Dead were done to coincide with their gameplay,
Yeah.
and I was like, this game just doesn't have that.
Yeah. I
Like
feel
the first time I found the explodey dudes, like they obviously like they called them 3 different names to begin with.
I was
Why
gonna say,
would they call them different names?
I mean, like, so, literally, like, if you go down to, like, where the zombie spawner is in the firing range, it's a perfect example of exactly what you're saying. Like, there is, like, I mean, so you've got Tallboy, and then there's, like, 4 different Tallboy varieties, and, like, I mean, I think now I could probably tell you the difference between them, but I mean,
I know what Crush does because he's grabbed me so many times.
yeah, and I think the Bruiser is the one. You know what? I don't know actually. What does the Bruiser do? Let's find
But
out.
at a glance, I couldn't tell you what the difference between those 3 ones are.
No, they look exactly the same, pretty much.
Their names, like Tallboy, does make sense because he's tall, but the others are also tall. Crusher, like I wouldn't have called that a Crusher. The name doesn't really line up too much.
Okay, so
Like,
the standard, that is so weird. So the standard Tallboy is like just the base form. The Bruiser is an upgraded version of the Tallboy. The Crusher is the one that can grab you and insta-kill you if you're like, well, not insta-kill you, but you know what I mean.
yeah, but like
But I mean-
I saw this guy and thought he was a tank, like a kind of like
Yeah, because he's like
bruise
bulky.
and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and he has this move.
yeah. It makes sense. Yeah. But like,
the Stalker and the Hocker, it took me fucking ages, and the Stinger,
yeah,
like they all look the same, and one of them like comes in and grabs you up close, one of them pins you from a distance, and one of them does long range damage.
yeah. I think the Stinger, I think it's the Stinger does the long range damage. The Hocker is the one that pins you from a distance, and the Stalker is the one that pounces and grabs you.
But my point being,
Like, yeah, no, literally, like you
looking at them, I wouldn't
can't.
have a fucking
Yeah,
clue.
literally, they're not distinctive at all.
And their sound, I wouldn't have a fucking clue, and they are quite mechanically different.
Yeah,
Do make a difference when you're going up against them. And I think that was a real problem. Because in Left 4 Dead, each enemy type, each special was designed to with like a specific point in mind, right?
yeah,
You know, the hunter was supposed to pick off isolated dudes and you know, like pin them so that if you left the group you would get fucked.
yeah,
The boomer was supposed to, like, if you were grouping up too much, then you would he would come in, explode you all, and then you'd have a horde on you. The tank was like obviously supposed to do something similar. The smoker again picking off fire. Like they each had different roles to counter how the survivors are playing.
yeah,
And I feel like that's just lost a little bit.
yeah. I think this feels a lot more chaotic. Is a good way to describe it. Like it's like just a mush of like lots of different stuff, and it's always chaos. It's always like, well, when shit hits the fan, it's always chaos. Like it can be very difficult to react to what's coming your way, like because
you
it's
just-
not
you
as
just have,
defined.
like- Every fucking mutation just turn up at all times whenever the fuck they want.
Yeah,
You know, I remember specifically in Left 4 Dead, like hearing a hunter, knowing one was around, but the AI would keep the hunter back, waiting
yeah,
for someone to get isolated to drift off from the group.
yep,
And I feel like probably the amount of variations in
you're
you
me.
Doc.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, I am Dog. What's happened here? You've changed.
You're me and I'm you.
Why have we swapped? Oh.
So bizarre. I feel like the variations have screwed with that. Like there's too many options for them to pick.
Yeah.
For the AI, like the system, the director, to cycle through, so it just ends up just fucking throwing whatever at you.
Yeah.
And then you add on top of that the corruptions that like change all of that.
I would also say, like, there's not really a tremendous amount of tension in this game. Like, I feel like it is literally just like 0 to 100, and those are like the two states of being that this game has. Whereas, like, Left 4 Dead, you would actually find yourself creeping through sometimes, depending on how you're wanting to play.
You creep through and you'd be like, you know, we can't alert a horde, like, we can't.
Yeah.
Like, or if we do, I remember in Left 4 Dead being like, right, we've got a set piece coming up here, we need to turn on like the generator or whatever, which is going to make a load of noise and then attract a horde. So let's go around, find all the propane tanks, put them in the choke points, like have you set up there, I'll stand here, you know, you get this doorway and I'll crouch in the front. Like, I remember doing that, and that being the gameplay style, like, Resist is just like, just fucking shoot.
Hope for the best.
Like, there's so much going on, just fucking shoot.
Yeah. I'd also say, like, although like Left 4 Dead also had kind of quite typical weaponry, I would say it's even more so in this one. Like, I think like the weapons are very like bog standard. There's not really anything like interesting. There's no like stylistic flair.
No.
Like,
and again, like, you had every weapon had a purpose. Like,
yes,
there was only one
yeah.
shotgun, there was one assault rifle, there was one like sniper rifle, like, because they fitted those specific purpose. Whereas when you've got variations, as many variations as you do here, like, admittedly there's not an awful lot, but it just, I don't know, it just, again, it adds to the pool and it makes things more confusing, and then you add on the fucking attachments for all of that. And like, I feel like, I don't feel like having this many options is a bad thing, not at all. And like the attachments, but I feel like you should almost have a build, kind of like the deck system, where it's like, right, I'm going to be doing the damage roll this run through, so I'm going to pick my sniper rifle, I'm going to pick the like 3-shot SMG, and I'm going to go into the game with that, rather than having to rely on finding them.
Yeah.
And finding the attachments and stuff.
I mean, the thing that I would say is, like, in terms of like the attachments and stuff, the only time I ever actually feel a difference was when I picked up a scope.
The scope, or sometimes the extended mag, sometimes the extended
but like, I don't know, like,
yes.
yeah, it didn't really feel like they were making a huge difference for the most part. Like,
no,
they
almost
almost
have rarities of the guns. So like, you could like have a SCAR go through it, and then you're just gonna swap it out for the fucking AK-47 that you find next act because it's better.
They almost could have like done a system where, like, instead of having rarities of guns, you literally just had like 2 types of guns. It would be guns you can pick from the start and in the safe room or whatever, and then you would have guns that you find out in the field, which would always be better, kind of thing, like always be like almost like gold rarity, like, you know. And it'd be like, so when you find a weapon, it would be rare to find one, but when you did find one, it would be like, oh damn, this is like really good, like, it's got
the gold
huge
AK
mag,
or whatever.
like, and like, yeah, just like, and that would make me feel inclined to explore, because there's so many points in this game where I know you were saying like, oh, we should like explore around to get ammo and stuff, but I just kept thinking to myself, we're using more ammo than we're finding, like, to actually explore, so like it's easier to just beeline the objective every time.
Yeah, no, you are right, you are completely right. And I do think, yeah, like having special, legendary, or whatever fucking terminology you want to use, but like upgraded, better weaponry that you find out in the field, whereas just keeping the ones you go into the game with the bog standard like
Yeah.
ones that will see you through, but like, you know, you want to be looking for that cool like Desert Eagle to upgrade your pistols.
Yeah, exactly.
And then yeah, like just have the bog standard weapon that you go through. And I think, I don't know if you would get rid of the attachments. Part of me is like, yeah, get rid of them. They're annoying. They're fiddly. They're just stat
well, I mean,
boosts.
like, so I mean, you've been telling me that I can unlock the weapons to like remove the attachments. I've not really had the desire to do that, like the entire way through. I'm
No,
just sort of like,
the
I'll
only-
just
the only
take the
reason
gun
I
as it
said
is.
it
Like,
was because like I would find a better gun.
scopes, I would usually.
I just wanted to swap out the scope that I had.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want the shitty like fucking high zoom scope that it's given me on this SMG. I want the red dot sight that I had previously. So I would unlock the gun, get the red dot, and then swap it over. Yeah, that's the only reason that I found it useful. And it was like, 400 copper, 500 copper, whatever it is, to do that. And it's just like so that I don't end up getting pissed off that I'm using either a small zoom scope on a sniper rifle or a high zoom scope on a close range weapon.
For me personally, I almost feel like, and this goes for like the video game industry in general, like they love to evolve things by adding like new systems and mechanics on the menu end of things. Like I kind of feel like they should scale it back and go for like just more of what already works. I mean, like Left 4 Dead, for example, they could do a new Left 4 Dead, but just make it bigger. Like, I think people would lap it up, make it bigger, make it prettier. Do you know what I mean?
What did Left 4 Dead do right that this game missed out on? This game felt really fucking bland. With the characters, with the levels, with the designs. Like, I think the design of the general zombies were cool, but the Ridden was boring. The mutation designs were boring. The character designs were boring, and the level designs were boring. Like I remember, like I said, one of my favorite levels that I stuck out to me in Left 4 Dead was the cornfield.
Yeah.
And thinking back on why the cornfield in Left 4 Dead stuck out to me and not the cornfield in this game. In Left 4 Dead, it was fucking tense going through that cornfield because all of a sudden you couldn't see 2 foot in front of you, and a zombie coming around, or like a fucking, you know, just all of a sudden getting like pounced by a hunter or whatever was fucking tense, and it was much longer, and there was like a build up to it, there was an atmosphere, and there were like real things you had to consider. In this one it was just like just fucking sprint through it and shoot the things. And you could say that for Left, you could say, oh, you could probably do the same on the lower difficulties for Left 4 Dead as well, but I don't know, there was a tangible tension to the cornfield in Left 4 Dead that there just was not here, and that again applies to a lot of the other levels when comparing them to Left 4 Dead. And here, the hospital level was fucking dope in Left 4 Dead. The carnival level was dope in Left 4 Dead 2. Even just the fucking standard level of going through the forest or the cities, or the apartments, sorry, in Left 4 Dead were really cool, whereas in here it was just like, meh. Eh.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel you. I mean, like, I don't know, like I'm still of the opinion that people remember Left 4 Dead slightly with rose-tinted glasses. I think, like, I don't think it's like the be-all and end-all. I think like what we've said about zombies' roles being more defined in it was definitely true, and I think I wouldn't even necessarily say the character design was better in Left 4 Dead. I think the storytelling for those characters was very slightly better.
Yes.
Because
The characters were just
like
generic stereotypes.
like what I sort of feel like there is a character for most people in this game aesthetically. I just like they don't have any actual character to them is the problem. It's like, you know,
the thing is, in Left 4 Dead they had backstories that were they weren't like explained, and you didn't get like cutscenes to see where fucking Coach came from, you know. But like they would go through the level when you play the game, and then like Coach and Nick would have a little interaction that revealed a little bit about what they both did. I don't feel like that was present at all. Or like it did crop up a couple of times, but I heard the same story twice from Mum to Evangela, I think it was. And that was the only bit of interaction I remember hearing throughout the entirety of this game.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't really know why I was going anywhere at any point. I didn't really like know. I also didn't really care as well. Like
Yeah,
just the way it was like set up.
I enjoyed the idea of, you know, this is an already established like survivor. The apocalypse has been happening for a fair amount of time, enough time that people have started to adjust, and then all of a sudden like shit kicks off and all of the areas that were once reclaimed back are now like being overrun again, and we have to go out and kind of start. I like that idea.
Yeah. You see, like story-wise, this game takes a much more. It's an approach kind of like World War Z takes the game. And I think you will probably, maybe you'll agree with me, I don't know, but I personally thought it worked better in World War Z, because World War Z was like a series of unconnected stories, if you know what I mean. Like, and the characters didn't necessarily matter as much because you knew they weren't permanent. Like,
That's actually a really cool idea, because that's the one criticism I had of the film. From the book.
that you just followed Brad Pitt around, yeah.
Well, yeah, the book was just a series of unconnected short stories from an interviewer.
Yeah.
Interviewing people, like, as civilization is starting to rebuild after the zombie apocalypse, and talking about their story. And then, like, the film was obviously just one dude.
Yeah. I guess they had to try and find a way to, like...
Yeah, it would have been a very difficult...
Almost commercialize the film a little bit, I guess, like to make it a bit more, like, narratively standard, I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree. It would have been very... I don't think a film was the right format for the book. I feel like they made a zombie film and just stuck the book's name on it because the book was a popular book.
Yeah, and don't get me, that was actually I thought it was a good zombie film, to be fair. Like, I mean, it was dumb in places, but like I thought it was a fun film. Like,
I thought it was a fun romp. I was a bit annoyed that I was like super excited for the concept.
They should put that on the box. World War Z, a fun romp.
It is a fun. It's just not what I feel like. It missed a lot of potential. Like, the book was really, really good, and there was a lot of high standards there.
This is the problem, though. This is the problem with like books to games, and even games to films, and films to games, and whatever. It's like, yeah, you just like you always go in with like an expectation, and 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be exactly as you pictured it. Which will always be bad. It's like, I mean, like, so many people that have read the Harry Potter books, you know, I know it's a bit topical because the game's just come out, but, like, so many people that have read the books said that they didn't like the films very much. Whereas, like, you know, I watched those films and I think they're brilliant. I think they still, like, even going back and watching Philosopher's Stone now, it's, you know, obviously it's got child acting in it, so it's a bit ropey, but, like...
Yeah, like non-trained child actors.
As a general film, though, like, it's pretty well made. Like, I thought it was good. Like...
I can't remember. But no, I think like there's definite... The thing that bothered me about the World War Z film is, like, I appreciate the fact that there is never going to be, when you're adapting one medium to another, it is not going to be the same thing. No, but it annoys me when
they slap the name on.
They don't recognise that, and they don't think, okay, so how can we utilise this IP in this new medium for the new medium's strengths? Like, you can do a good adaptation that is, like, I think, rather what I'm saying, the best adaptations of one medium are done where they take the original formula, take the original idea, the core concept, and they find ways that the new medium can enhance that.
Yeah. As opposed to twisting it, they straight up just build on it, kind of thing.
Yeah, they change it, they build up on it.
Problem is like, film is never going to be as dexterous as just the human mind in general, so like in reality it's never going to live up to whatever a book has, because the reader's mind is already going to have painted a picture far more vivid.
I can't do the scene justice because, like, I just can't use words to describe what's going on.
Whoa! No, 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 no! You wouldn't hurt me. Your one friend. Your one and only friend. Oh,
I
thank God.
forgot like to switch weapons for a sec.
So glad that you wouldn't hurt me, your only friend.
Right, I need to go and check on my computer.
Yes, I should go and get food and stuff, so... Alrighty.
Alright.
Well, yeah, this has been fun, man. Thank you very much for playing through Back for Blood with me. This has been a lot
Yeah,
of
man,
fun.
it was good. It was good.
I'll catch you soon, man. Bye.